The Unwanted Lodger. I had been busy writing for some time, concentrating and away with the fairies. I looked towards the kitchen window for inspiration and saw a mouse sat on the floor watching me. I wondered how long it had been there. My sudden movement made it jump. The mouse ran behind the washing machine. The mouse's sudden movement made me jump. I was stunned, couldn't believe my eyes. The mouse ran back and took another look at me. It obviously couldn't believe its eyes at seeing me. It ran off again. I got the vacuum cleaner to clear any crumbs which may be lying around and poked it around the washing machine, expecting to find a mouse sucked on the end. No mouse. I washed out the cupboards and floor and searched for droppings. Could find none. It must have been casing the joint for somewhere to live, I thought. There's not enough food for us two. It can't live here. They say if you see one mouse, you see more. There's more around. A little hysteria was setting in, so I contacted a friend who suggested mice and rat tablets. They take a little while to work, giving the vermin time to go home and die. No need to dispose of the body. That sounded perfect, but I didn't like the thought of it suffering. After all, it was trying to survive like me. I drove to B&Q to find mice treats, but couldn't find the pest control aisle, so asked for help at the customer services. A young man came over to help. He must have been in his late teens, early 20s. A little unwelcome guest has turned up, and there's not enough food for the two of us. I've been told you can get mice treats, I inquired. The young man smiled. He told me he lived in a bedsit, and they had mice in the building. He put a mouse treat on the floor and waited. He watched it nibbling the tablet, enjoying its treat. It happily ran around the room for a while, then got slower and slower, eventually dragging its legs. He watched the mouse writhing in obvious agony. It took a good 10 minutes for it to die. The young man said he felt guilty and vowed never to use poison again. Mouse traps are much more humane, he said. Come with me, I'll show you the pest control section. He picked up a trap. This one is the cheapest. It's a couple of pounds. Sometimes the mouse grabs the food and gets away. Sometimes it will maim the mouse and it will die in agony. Sometimes it's caught. Now this trap is really good. It's spring-loaded. Gets the pest every time. It's dearer though, £8. But there's 2 in a pack. There's a little dish to put the food. The mouse has to reach in and get it. Then snap. He gave me a demonstration, and sure enough, when he touched the trap with his pen, it snapped and jumped in the air, making us both jump at the same time. We ended up laughing. By the way, they love Nutella. They smell the chocolate and hazelnuts, he explained. Okay, I'll have the dearer one, I said. It's certainly more efficient and humane. I took the ultra-efficient spring-loaded trap to the checkout, thinking what a lovely man, sensitive to other life. He's got a kind heart in one so young, or else he's a very good salesman. Next I went to Sainsbury's to buy a pot of Nutella and a spare pair of rubber gloves. This has turned out to be an expensive mouse, I thought. When I got home, I practiced setting the trap. It was so strong, I thought it would decapitate the mouse. I didn't like to put a dead, decapitated mouse in the bin, so I retrieved an empty margarine tub from recycling for its coffin. I put a good portion of Nutella in the dish of both traps, set them, and went to bed feeling unpleasant and murderous. It took me a while to sleep. The following morning, I nervously tiptoed into the kitchen, expected to find a massacre, but the traps were untouched. I carried on setting the traps for at least a week, but I never saw the mouse again. The sight of me had either frightened it off, or the neighbour's cat had done her job. I've still got the traps, but the concept of killing little creatures is horrendous. I have since wondered, did I really see a mouse, or were my thoughts so far through the kitchen window it was all my imagination? I'll never know. For your information, Nutella is delicious spread over McVitie's plain wholemeal biscuits, washed down with a nice cup of tea.